guys, and welcome back to another episode of Fit and Focused for Remote Work and Digital Nomads podcast. My name is Shurina. I'm a certified nutritionist, health, nutrition, brain performance coach, and just someone with a lot of passion for helping you guys to get unstuck. Yeah, that's my new tagline, get unstuck and get things done, because I realized that that's what you get when you start using all the tools to help your brain and your body to thrive. They will help you to do your best work, to feel, look, and do your absolute best. And on this podcast, I'm sharing tools that are supported by neuroscience, integrative health, nutrition, behavioral science tools that you can easily use right now to start doing, feeling, looking better, and just get unstuck in your progress. I was analyzing also my social media. It's a marketing person advised me to do. And I realized that people watch and react the most to the content that helps them to get through this stucky point or being stuck in some position. Like, for example, you feel sleepy, but you need to get work done. So how to get unstuck from this position? What tools can you use to stop feeling sleepy and start feeling motivated, ready to go, focused to do the work, right? So all kinds of tools to help people get unstuck. And one of those tools is, of course, nutrition, because food, it gives us energy, or it can actually take our energy. It makes us feel good long term, or it puts us on an emotional and energy roller coaster. And then it might add health problems, fatigue, problems with our sleep, problems with anxiety, with confidence, right? Food is so much. Just think about such a simple thing. When you eat something and it makes your stomach feel bad, like how motivated you feel to do anything. You're cranky, you're not really feeling like doing anything because something is wrong in your stomach, right? But that's just one example. Our digestive system, the food that we ingest, has profound short and long-term effects. And it influences everything from our moods to our decision making to our personalities. And today, I want to share with you a short clip from the conversation that I recorded yesterday with a fellow digital nomad, Bal Sieber. You're going to hear his whole story probably this Friday. But today, I wanted to give you a preview, a short clip from that conversation where Bal is talking about his nutrition. At first, he didn't share much about that. But when I asked specifically about his nutrition, his food, because he's very productive, prolific, delivers a lot of content, works as a designer with like top companies, and has his own gig career. Anywhere.com. He wrote a book, and it's a whole project, but anyhow, very prolific, but also such a deep thinker. And I wanted to share with you his routine, his eating routine, because I heard very similar routine from not one, but many people at this point who long-term deliver results, who keep going, keep growing, and keep designing the exact life experience that they want. And none of those people leave nutrition to chance. But what's even more interesting, they tend to follow the same pattern of, give you a few examples, fasting till about noon, and then during the day when they work, they tend to have really simple food, simple meals, sometimes snacking on nutritious foods, but not so much. And then usually they tend to eat more of nutritious and delicious foods in the evening. And it's not a coincidence, because when we eat quite a lot of food, a lot of our focus, a lot of our energy goes to our stomach. Literally, blood flow goes into our stomach to do the digestion, assimilation of nutrients, etc. But I just want you to hear this routine and make you realize that I've heard it so many times by now. And maybe from this routine, you'll take away some very practical tips to include in your routine if you are struggling with things like, in the afternoon, you're not really that productive, or maybe after breakfast, you're not really that productive, right? So here are a couple of pieces of personal practice first, and then also advice that you can follow from Bal Sieber, who is also, by the way, linked in the show notes. So listen to this short clip, reach out to Bal, reach out to me if you need more professional advice, and also stay tuned for the whole story of Bal Sieber, how he does his nomadic journey now with his life partner, how he started, and why he ended up designing this Career Anywhere project. So tune in, enjoy, and apply to your life to get better results.
Then there's breath work in the shower, like cold shower and just kind of Wim Hof breath work, and then meal prep. And for me, meal prep is essential because I do intermittent fasting, and I follow what is essentially a paleo diet, but it's just one main meal. One main cooked meal, I should say. So I'll eat throughout the day, and I'll prep that in the morning. And it's simple. It's a green juice. So I'll make a green juice. I put it in a thermos, put it in the fridge, and then I'll make just a fresh salad, like cucumber, olives, broccoli, some nuts, some seeds, some dried fruit, a little bit of oil and salt, and put that in the fridge as well. And I'll do that in the morning, but I won't even touch any of it until like the afternoon. And then I'll create some bone broth. I usually just get it by the package, and I'll have some bone broth, put that in a thermos, put that in the corner, stays hot all day. And then I'll just kind of like stay in this fasted state. And then, if my stomach gets a little hungry and it's to the point where it's distracting me, I'll just have a little bit of the salad and drink some of the green juice. And I basically do that all day. And then I don't always do this very well, but I try to not eat like cooked food until the day is over, basically until the end of the workday. So like 4, 5, 6, because I've just found that once I eat cooked food, like my motivation, my productivity, like everything just goes like down, even if it's just, just like a omelet or something. So yeah, I just nibble and graze throughout the day. And again, it's like the whole, like we're in the same, I got, 15 pairs of t-shirts. It's just like, I just make the same thing every day. Sometimes it's different bone broth. Sometimes it's different ingredients in the green juice, like I try different things. Sometimes there's blueberries in the salad, sometimes there's whole pieces of garlic cloves. Like I just try different things, but it's all basically the same. And that just removes, the amount of time that I used to spend thinking about what I was going to eat when I used to eat 3 meals a day and eat all 3 of them would be purchased. Like I would either go somewhere or I'd order it. And like when I started really dialing in that diet and kind of just prepping it and so on, the amount of time and maybe even more important, like mental cognitive space that is saved, I realized that I probably spent a total of like 45 minutes, not including eating the food, just thinking about, like, it was always kind of on my mind. Like, what am I going to have for lunch? What am I going to have for lunch? Where should I go? What can I get quickly? What am I in the mood for? So just taking that out of the equation is just like, wow, that's a power focus tool right there.